Yeah, guys, anybody have any questions regarding previous sessions? So like installation part, okay?
No, from my end. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, guys. So don't worry about the folder structure for me. So you can have your own folder structure. Okay. So I'm going to create a file, ts. Okay. So yeah. So guys, any questions regarding installation part and the setup of TypeScript in your machines? Everyone clear? Okay, fine. So guys, the first thing in Playwright, we are going to learn TypeScript. Okay. So in TypeScript, the first thing we are going to learn variables. Okay. So what is a variable and how to declare the variable? Let us see. See guys, a variable is a simple storage. Okay. It is a small memory allocated. A variable is a small memory allocated. Okay. A memory allocation. Okay. A memory allocation to store some data. Okay. A variable is what, guys? A variable is a memory allocation to store some data. Okay. So here, what is the amount of memory to store the data? It depends on the data. Okay. It depends on the size of the data. A memory or a storage is assigned to store the data. Or a variable, in simple words, we say that it is a container, guys, or it is a memory. It is a container or it is a memory. Okay, to hold some data or to store some data. And why we call it as a variable? Why we call it as a variable? Because variable means it is keep on changing or it keep on updating. Okay, so every time it can hold different data, or every time a variable can or container can hold data different sizes or different number of data or different type of the data. So that is why variable vary, it keeps varying, it keeps changing or updating. So that is why we call it as a variable. So simply guys, a variable is what? It is a memory allocation. We are allocating some memory to the data so that it can be stored. So how long this data can be stored in this variable or container or in this memory? As long as the code execution is happening. As long as the code execution is happening, the memory allocated to this data will be stored, or the data can be available as long as our code executing. Once the execution is done, okay, the variables will not be available. Only during the execution, these data will be stored. Okay. So in simple, this is how we can declare or we can define a variable. Then how to declare the variable? Okay. Declaration of variable. In TypeScript, how to declare a variable. So here guys, to declare a variable, there are different ways are there. Okay. The one is var. Okay. We use a var keyword. We use a var keyword. We use a let keyword, and we use a const keyword. Okay. We use a const keyword. So these different keywords have different scopes, guys. Okay. These different keywords are having different scopes. So var is a keyword Okay, already predefined keyword available in TypeScript. Also, it is available in JavaScript, guys. So, guys, remember before going to start, okay, deeper. So, JavaScript and TypeScript both are same, guys. There is no difference. Okay, there is no difference. But why JavaScript is separate? Why TypeScript is separate? Okay, JavaScript is a dynamically typed. Dynamically typed. It means in JavaScript, no data types on the variables. If you declare a variable in JavaScript, we need not to mention or we need not to inform JavaScript it is a so and so type of data. But in TypeScript, we have to mention what is the type of the data you are going to store. So nothing but JavaScript is a dynamic type where TypeScript is a static type, strictly type dependent, strictly data type dependent. Okay, so that is the main difference. So what happens in case of JavaScript if you declare a variable without defining a type? So for example, I have declared a variable. Let's say for example, where student name equal to something Shekhar I have given. So in future, I want to assign other data also. We can easily assign where student name equal to something 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also I can insert. So in that situation, what happens? I want to use it as a string type, but again it is allowing me to store the number type of data. So that is why, okay, that is why you see where let's say name equal to single quotes, okay, I'm using the name like here, okay, in JavaScript, guys. But for same name variable, I can assign a number also. I can assign a number also. Then what happening? We are getting a lot of confusion. Name is a variable. Here it is holding some string type of data. What is a string, guys? If you declare a data in either single quote or double quote, we consider it as a string type of data. And name again here it is holding number data. And name equal to I say true. True or false is a Boolean type of data. What it is? It is a Boolean type of data. In JavaScript, we can declare these variables like this. Okay, we'll declare the variables like this. So here I declared a variable name. Here I have given Shekhar, and here I have given a number, and here I have given a Boolean data. So in JavaScript, there is not having a specific data type. Okay, there is no specific data type. That creates a lot of confusion to the developers or testers, whoever using JavaScript. To avoid this confusion, Microsoft introduced a new scripting language with internally which is using TypeScript. That is, sorry, internally with the usage of JavaScript, a new scripting language TypeScript is defined or designed. Okay, so here in TypeScript, we have to say what is this type of the data. Name variable is holding what type of the data. We have to inform TypeScript. Hey TypeScript, I'm using so and so type of data. Okay, like this, where name colon string. It means it can store only string type of data when we go with TypeScript. Okay, so that we are using TypeScript with the static type of data. Static type of, so it is not means by static type of data, but TypeScript is not dynamic defined. It is a statically defined. It is nothing but if you declare a variable, okay, if you declare a variable, it is going to store the data of a string type. But by chance, I did not say that or I did not declare that name is holding string type of data here. Later, if I try to assign a number or a Boolean type of data, it does not allow. TypeScript does not allow. Here it gives the error. First, you assigned a string type of data like this. Later, I want to add a number type of data, or I want to reassign the number type of data. Then TypeScript does not allow. Hey man, here at the line number 4, you declare the name variable by assigning a string type of data. So I strictly don't allow you to assign other type of data. Okay, I strictly don't allow you to assign other type of data. Okay, other type of data declaration or assignment is not possible. So while declaring, if you assign some specific type of data, okay, that is the final. Okay, that is the final. Okay, guys, this is the difference between JavaScript and TypeScript. JavaScript is what? Dynamic data type. Okay, so no specific type of data, okay, the JavaScript variables will hold. But TypeScript is what? It is strictly data typed. Strictly data typed. It is very strict. TypeScript is very strict. In simple words, also we can say that, okay, TypeScript is a superset. Okay, TypeScript is a superset for JavaScript. Okay, with few updates. With few updates. So remember, if you learn TypeScript, automatically you learn JavaScript also. Then what is the difference? This is the major difference. This is the major difference. Variables. JavaScript is a dynamic data type where one variable can hold string type of data, number type of data, boolean type of data in JavaScript. But TypeScript is a strict data typed, strictly data typed scripting language. Once you declare a variable which is holding string type of data, you cannot change its data to the number or whatever. Okay, once it is storing, okay, here if I stored for the first time like age, okay, where age 1 2 3 4 5 6, then I cannot assign like true, like this true type of data. We cannot assign. It is not possible. Here age is taking number type, but here age we have given true. That is a Boolean type. It is not possible in case of TypeScript. So that is the major difference. Okay, this is the major difference for JavaScript and TypeScript. Apart from that, everything is same. Completely the coding is same. So in future, once you learned TypeScript, if anyone asks you, do you know JavaScript? Yes, I know JavaScript. Okay, I know TypeScript, both. Did you work with Playwright using JavaScript or TypeScript? Yes, I worked with JavaScript and TypeScript, both. Simple. Okay, the JavaScript files are available with .js extension. Okay, like basics.json. Sorry, JS. And TypeScript files are available .ts. The extension just changes. For TypeScript and JavaScript, only the extension changes. Okay, that is. Okay, and to run JavaScript code, we use node file name .js. To run the JavaScript file, we use node then file name .js. To run the TypeScript files, tsx space file name .ts we uses. tsx TypeScript executor. Okay, it is a command to run the TypeScript code. Node to run the JavaScript files. Okay, so even we can run our TypeScript code with the help of JavaScript node also. But how? First, we have to compile the TypeScript file. Okay, to compile the TypeScript file, we have to use the compiler, TypeScript compiler, TSC. Then give the file name .ts. So now automatically when you run the TypeScript compiler, our code will be converted into .js file. Okay, this file will be compiled and created a .js file. Okay, when you run the compiler on the TS file, TypeScript file, immediately a JavaScript file, it will convert it into the JavaScript file with .js extension. Then you can use this node space file name.js. So we have created a TypeScript file, then we converted or compiled into JavaScript file by using TSC, TypeScript compiler. The TypeScript compiler convert the TypeScript file into JavaScript file. Then we uses node space file name.js, node command used to run the JavaScript file. Okay, guys. So you might get a doubt why sir explaining all these things, because you have to know what is JavaScript and what is TypeScript, okay, so that you can easily understand. So what I want to make sure you that is you are learning JavaScript and TypeScript at a time, okay. If you learned JavaScript, you learned TypeScript. If you learn TypeScript, you learned JavaScript. So both are same, only small changes, only small changes. Clear, guys? What is the difference between TypeScript and JavaScript? Okay, yeah. So now let's come back to the variables. Okay, so variable is nothing but a small memory allocation, or it is a container to hold or to store some data. Then how to declare variable in TypeScript? We have three predefined keywords available in TypeScript. There are three different keywords available to declare variables. The one is var, the other one is let, the other one is const. So when we declare a variable by using var, what happens? Okay, so the scope, first thing, when we go with the okay var keyword, what is the scope of that variable? If I declare a keyword, sorry, if I declare a variable with the help of var keyword, what is the scope? It is global scope, guys. It is globally available. If you declare, okay, a variable with the help of var in a file, let's say here I have declared var, okay, a equal to something 10 I have declared. Okay, so this a variable is available throughout this program, throughout this file, or throughout the project. Its scope is global. It is available everywhere. Okay, so that is scope is what? Global. And we can reassign a value. Okay, guys, we can reassign a value. Nothing but how, you see what I have done here. I have declared a variable with the help of var keyword where a equal to 10 I said. Okay, and again I say where a equal to 20. It is LOV, you see, it is LOV. So nothing but I'm redeclaring a variable and reassigning a variable. I'm using same variable. I'm using same variable named a. First I'm using here value assigning 10. Then I'm declaring the same variable and assigning the different value. So redeclaration and reassignment a value. See, if I say console.log, here a I say, okay, and after redeclaration also, it is not giving any error, right? It is not giving any error. Okay, so that is what, okay, var keyword. Let me run it. So you see, it is allowing var keyword is allowing what? The var keyword is allowing us to redeclare the variable. Redeclare the variable. We can declare the same variable again and again if it uses the var keyword, and declaring the same variable we are declaring. The same variable we are declaring. So the var, the scope is what? Global. We can redeclare and reassign the value. We can redeclare the variable and we can reassign the variable if we declare a variable using var keyword. That is the major disadvantage of the var keyword. Okay, see, I have declared var a at line number 2, and here I have declared var a at line number 6, but the data is different, 20, and here it is 10, here it is 20. So that is, it is giving a lot of confusion, right? Again and again declaration, it is not a good practice, and reassignment, it is also not a good practice. So remember guys, most probably in day-to-day coding, we never uses var keyword to declare a variable. So what is the scope? Globally. If we declare a variable inside a file, it is globally. If you declare it inside a function, its scope is function scope. Okay, so then why var keyword is introduced in JavaScript or TypeScript? So initially, when JavaScript is introduced in the market and designed and released in the market, the keyword var was declared. The keyword var is used to create variables. But in JavaScript 15 version onwards, let and const keywords are introduced. Later versions, okay, let and const keywords are introduced in JavaScript. Okay, so why I specifically say here JavaScript? Because the first JavaScript is introduced. On top of updating the JavaScript, TypeScript is introduced. So TypeScript is nothing but it is JavaScript with some of the new updates. That's it. With some of the new updates. The major update is what? Okay, this one. The major update is what? This is the one. Okay. Once it holds some data, it does not allow to change its data. See, if I say A and if I give something, immediately you see it is giving an error to line number 9. You see, type string is not assignable to type number. Okay, to type number. Hey man, you already declared A as a number type by assigning the number data. A is holding number type of data, but here you are trying to assign a new data with string type of data. It is not possible. You see, still I have redeclared also, redeclared with different type of data. So it is not possible. See, subsequent variable declarations must have the same type. Type of the data must be same. You can declare any times. You can declare the variable any number of times. Okay, but if you declare it as a var, and it for the first declaration set, what you have given the value of the type, the same type of data you have to give. You can declare many number of times, but here at the first time you declared and initialized with a number type of data, so every time you have to reassign with the number only, but don't change the type of the data. Okay, you see. Okay, see, variable a must be type of number, but there has a type string. So TypeScript is saying what? I don't allow to change data type as you have declared it as a number type. So specifically, we are not declared it is a number type, but we assigned here number type of data. So that is why it is not allowing to assign a okay, string type of data. So this is what TypeScript. I create a JavaScript file here. Okay. So test1.js file I have created. What I say, var a equal to 10. Now it is holding a number. Okay. Var a equal to, I say something abcd. It is C. It is a saying number. It says number. But is it giving an error? No error. It is not giving error. Okay. There is no error available. Because of what? It is a JavaScript. Okay. Let me run this code. Let me run this file. Use node space test1.js. See, 10 is printed, ABCD is printed. Okay, it is not giving error. So why we call it as JavaScript is a dynamically typed. It is not a type strict. It is dynamic type. Okay, but in case of TypeScript, it is strictly typed language. Strictly typed language. It does not allow the changed, okay, data type. This is about JavaScript and TypeScript. Guys, did you understand what is the difference between JavaScript and TypeScript? So that is why we can say that TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript with few updates, no major updates. Everything is same. All the other things are same, and few new things are added. Something like this is one of the major thing. The other one is some annotations are added and some other collection like tuple is added. So apart from that, everything is same in TypeScript. Okay. So guys, this is how we can declare a variable. So var, if you declare a variable using var keyword, it is scope is global. Its scope is global, and redeclaration and reassigning a new value is possible. We can redeclare a variable and we can reassign a variable, but of the same type. But of the same type, not of the different type. Okay, guys. Same type of data we can assign. So here is the example. If I try to change type of the data, it not allow. If I want to print type of the data, console.log, you can say type of, you see, a type of method available in the parenthesis, give name of the variable. It says here number. What it says? It says number. And what it prints here? It prints here 10. This is the output we are going to get. See, 10 is printed here at line number 3. At line number 4, number is printed. At line number 8, you see, 20 is printed. Still it is a error. We are not printing here a value. Okay. So if you want, now it will give a error. Now here, while printing the value, after I making it as a string data, now let's see, it gives an error. See, still it is printing the data. It is printing without any error. It is printing without any error. Okay, but it does not allow. So that is what it means. We are not able to change. So it is giving a notification or warning. It is giving a notification or warning. So you cannot change type of the data. Okay. So what I do, instead of declaring it as a new variable, I just reassign the value. See. Okay. And I run the same statement. You see, it is printing the value. It is printing the value. So, but remember, TypeScript does not allow, okay, changing the type of the data once declared and assignment of a value is done. Okay. So another thing, guys, here we can declare like number. What I have done here, I very specifically declared A is a variable which is holding number type of data, which is holding number type of data. Now if I run, here it is taking string type of data. If I run the code now, see, still it is taking the data. Still it is taking the data. Okay. But remember, you see here, it is giving an error. So we cannot use, okay, different data types. Okay. This is about declaring a var scoped variable. So simply you have to understand it is not a problem of TypeScript. Okay. Giving this type of data, it is taking the value and it is printing. It is not a problem of TypeScript. It is the problem of a var type of variable. Var type of variable. So we can declare var type of variable. We can a var type of variable can allow to redeclare and reassign of value. It can allow. Okay. What is the scope? It is globally available. Next one, let. Okay. Let keyword. Scope. It is function or global scope. It is global and function scoped. Okay. Global and function or else block. So block scoped, guys, not global. Block and function scoped. Block and function scoped. So here even we can declare variable using let keyword. Let be equal to, let's say, something like 20. What I have done here? Let be equal to 20. Okay. Then I say console.log b I say. Okay. It simply prints the value of b. Okay. You see b value, it printed as 20. See guys, b value is printed as 20. Now what I do? I redeclare the same variable again. I am redeclaring the variable. What it is saying? It is giving an error. Cannot redeclare block scoped variable b. Why it says block scoped? Its scope is let keyword define the scope of the variable as a block or function scoped. As a block or function scoped. So as it is a block scoped or as it is a function scoped, we cannot redeclare the variable. Okay, redeclare the variable. Also, I try to print its value. You see, immediately it is giving the error. Immediately it is giving the error. Okay, transformation failed with one error. What is the error? Redeclaration is not possible. For the var type of variables, redeclaration is possible, but for the let variables, redeclaration is not possible. So that is fine. Okay, redeclaration is not possible. Then I would like to assign a new value like 30. Okay, I'm assigning a new value 30. Redeclaration is not possible, but reassignment of the value is possible. Okay, you see, I'm assigning the new value like 30. See, initially it is 20, but later I reassigned a new value that is 30. It is possible. So let type of variables are what? Redeclaration not allowed. But reassignment is possible. Reassign a value. Okay. The scope of the let variable is what? Block scoped and function scoped. Okay. Redeclaration is not allowed, but reassigning a value is possible. Okay, but reassign a value can be possible. Okay, guys, the difference between var and let. Hope you guys understood. Okay, so I say I will assign a string type of data, and I say console. You see, I redeclared a variable with string type of data to the B variable here. Okay, string type of data I have given here. Initially, type string is not accessible, assignable to the type number. Okay, so let us see for the let variable. See, it is printing. So basically, it does not allow. It does not allow, as it is a initially declared as a number. Okay, so what I do here, I also declare number. Strictly, I am saying here, let b number equal 20. In the declaration part, I am saying it should hold number type of data. Okay, how to define what is the data type of this variable? You have to give after name of the variable colon and give the type of the data. Colon number. Colon number, if you say the let b variable is holding only number type. Okay, so now let us see. You see, of course it is taking it. Okay, of course it is taking it, but it is not a good practice. So you are getting error while writing the code. Oh, type string is not assigned to the type number. So you can get aware and you will try to change its value. You can try to change its value. Okay. So if I declare a function, so guys, this is how we can declare a function. If I put this let variable inside a function, okay, and I call test001 function for execution. Don't worry, I'll explain you about the functions also. You see, there is no error even inside the function also. Okay, I add a block if okay true, if true. I said what? If true. Okay, yes, no problem. I remove the function. Now the code is inside the block. This is the block. Okay, and again I run the code. You see, it is printing the value. So it is block scope. Previously we have defined in a function and now it is a block scope. But remember, during the execution it is not giving the error, but here it is showing as a warning. Okay, view the problem. See, B is a number type, but you are assigning a string type of data, so I don't allow you, it says. TypeScript is telling what us? I don't allow to assign different type of data. It does not allow. So this is about a let type of variable. Clear guys everyone? What is a let? The next one, const. Next one is what? Const. Its scope is also blocked. It is also just like block scoped. So all the things are same guys, but when to use the const to declare the constants, to declare constant type of data. Constant means what? Which does not change. Which does not change. For example, country name to a specific okay candidate who is from a specific country, it is a constant like USA. For US citizens, USA is the country, so which is a constant value. For Indians, India is a constant value. Okay, like that. For a specific country citizens, that country name is constant. So this is a constant value. Country name is a constant value. So to declare this type of data, or else, uh, let's say uh, coding language, coding language like TypeScript. It is a constant, right? TypeScript is not changeable. So like this, some specific things can be constants. To declare such type of things, we can go with const keyword. We can go with what? Const keyword. And sometimes I want to declare an array. We can go with const keyword. Sometimes I want to declare a object. Okay. In that situation, we can go with a const keyword. Okay. Mostly to declare the arrays, objects, and a constant type of data, we go with a const keyword. Okay. For example, I say, okay, you see, uh, const country name equal to, right, India. Const country name equal to India. So for Indian nationals, India is a country name which is a constant. Okay. So const some ARR1 equal to, I say here, something like some data. Okay. Uh, Shekhar. Okay. And let's say some age. Okay. And let's say country is India. So here a array I am declaring here. Array I am declaring. Okay. With multiple data. With multiple data. Shekhar is a name. Age is 30. India. Something like. So to declare the array. Okay. And to declare the objects also. To declare the objects also. Objects I can later explain. So I want to print array. So guys, here I'm taking, instead of log, I'm taking table. So when we go with arrays, better we use the console.table. So you can see the magic now. If I say console.log, you can see what? Say the same thing I can use. See here I use this log, console.log of array1. The other one is console.table I do here. So you can see the magic. You see, when I say console.log, it is giving array, it is printing. But when I say console.table, the array data it is printing as a table. Okay, so like this. So depends on the type of the, like what type of object we are using, we can use log or table. Depends on the situation. Okay, so like this, we can declare the variables in TypeScript. Hope you guys understood. Okay, what is var, what is let, what is scope. Then which one is good to use? Which one is good to use? So guys, remember, don't use var keyword to declare the variables. Don't use var. Even if it is a global or block or function scope, just go with let keyword and const keyword. Okay, just go with let keyword and const keyword, but don't go with var keyword. So it is not avoided and it is not mandatory to say that don't use it, but better to avoid some confusions, better go with let keyword and const keyword to declare the variables. Okay, to declare the variables. Another one, so we have seen scope, we have seen redeclaration, okay, and we have seen reassignment of value for different type of variables. Okay, so what I say here, see console console.log, I say array2, I say array2. I am not declared the array2 variable, but I am trying to print its value. Okay, then I declare, okay, arr2. Then I declare arr2. What it is saying, you see, const declaration must be initialized. So I say it as a let. Okay, see, blocks code variable array2 used before its declaration. So what it says, first you declare it, then you use it. Okay, like this. So this type of thing we can call as hoisting. Okay, hoisting. What is this? Okay, hoisting we can call it. So we can use it once or then you can declare it. That is also possible. You see, it is giving cannot access array2 before initialization. Okay, so why it is giving here error log? Okay, you are trying to use it before initialization. This type of situation we call as hoisting. What we call hoisting. So in JavaScript, we does not get this type of error, but in TypeScript, it is saying reference error. What it says? Reference error. Cannot access array2 before initialization. If you go with JavaScript, this error does not come. Does not show the error. Okay. So if I declare on the top, so I declared it on the top and I here, you see, again, reference error. So TypeScript is what? It is strictly typed and it does not allow without declaring, we cannot use it. First declare it, then you can use it. Okay. So I wanted to show you what type of this concept is hoisting. Hoisting. But in JavaScript, it is possible. Use it without declaring. So here the output here is undefined. So what is the output? In case of JavaScript, it is undefined. It is what? Undefined. But in TypeScript, it does not allow. Okay. So remember, if we try to use a variable without a declaration, TypeScript will give us a reference error. Cannot access variable before initialization. Okay. So clear, guys? This is about how to declare the variables. This is what? How to declare the variables. So remember, most of the times, don't use var keyword to declare the variables. Use, okay, let or const. Use let or const. Clear, guys? How to declare variable in TypeScript? See, one more thing I would like to say. What I have done? I have declared a variable, but I did not initialize it. Sequential declaration must have the same type. Why it is giving here you see, first I have declared it with a number type, but later I am not declaring what is the type. Okay. So here I just declare it, but I does not initialize. Now it is possible. Okay. You can declare. Okay. You can redeclare with a different value. Okay. This is for var. Okay. Let's go with let. You see, I declared here without initialization, then I initialize it. Then I initialize it. That is also fine. Okay. But if you go with const type of keywords, I just declared, but I did not initialize. TypeScript does not allow. If you are declaring a const variable, initialization is must. Initialization is what? It is mandatory. Once you declare a const type of variable, okay, it is mandatorily initialized. Because of what? Const is nothing but which is not changed. Const type of variables does not allow change, does not allow reassignment. Const type of variables are what? Does not allow, okay, reassignment. Okay, not redeclaration and no reassignment. No redeclaration for the const variables and no redeclaration. So when we declare a const variable, we have to initialize it. Okay, we have to initialize it. Okay, we have to initialize it. This is about very simply about the variables declaration. Okay, guys. So you can practice with different variables. Okay, and if you get any questions, you can ask me. Okay, so tomorrow we can see data types, data types in JavaScript. Okay, guys. Yeah. So anybody any questions? Everyone, guys, you are good enough. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead. Otherwise, we can wind up. Okay, guys, we can end the session. We connect on Monday. So